Oh, DRC. I think now in the council, we'll see more positive news. I was saying to the council members that the DRC now is better than it was in December. We saw the youngest leader in the region, 47-year-old, handing over power peacefully. This is unprecedented in Central Africa. Kabila's father and Tshisekedi's father had been protagonists for 37 years, fighting one another. But here is one of the sons handing over power peacefully. Secondly, we see the new president in a very interesting confidence-building measures to opposition. They have freely accessed the television. Radio stations are open. He's even giving those who are in exile passport to come back home. And has reached out to the neighboring countries. And I think Security Council, which is charged with international peace and security, should accompany this peace process. They should give more oxygen to this development. So far, Princess Tshisekedi has allowed peaceful demonstrations, unhindered access by all parties to their constituencies. And that's why we see this peace wave from the west to the east, or you can call it a peace train, from Kinshasa moving all the way passing. And where it passes, you can see stability and rapprochement among the Congolese. And increasingly, you see more rebel groups laying down their arms, not arming. So you see massive dumping of weapons by the rebel groups. So you can see this wave from the west to the east is gaining momentum. And that's why we think that these developments need to be accompanied by a Security Council. Not undermine it, but support it. And we hope that this council will not do anything that will undermine the ongoing peace overtures in the DRC. That is our message to the council.
But history does teach us, Ambassador, that it's the Congolese themselves that tend to undermine peace processes, not the Security Council. Is there any concern on parties on the ground? You talk about armed groups laying down their arms. To what extent is that happening really in the East in particular?
I think there are new confidence and new situation on the ground. First of all, this is the first ever peaceful transfer of power. DRC have never been peaceful like this in its history. Never. And secondly, there is a confidence because every part of the DRC can see their leadership in Kinshasa. There is a sense of belonging, sense of affiliation, sense of people saying, oh, my leader's there, my leader's there. So people are seeing this. And that is why it is easy for us now to deal with the remaining negative forces in the DRC. Even there, we can see that the neighboring countries, because of the peace overtures of the new president, who has been around, even the neighboring countries are beginning now to cooperate in terms of dealing with those negative forces. So I don't think the conditions now will allow the peace process to unravel, unless if external forces do so. But I think the Congolese are tired of violence. Congolese are tired of war, and they want to see early dividends of peace. And I think the Security Council, that's what I'm going to be saying there. Security Council must ensure that Congolese harvest the peace dividends as we see them today.
Mr. Ambassador, what can the Security Council do to, as you say, put oxygen into this?
Firstly, they should encourage the current president to continue with these overtures. Secondly, moving quickly in the Kasai region. As rebels lay down arms, collect them and integrate them in society, in the armed forces. And thirdly, make sure that the forthcoming elections are peaceful, Security Council must accompany them. And third, re-look into the new MONUSCO mandate. In some parts of the DRC, you need to have peace building. You need to have to establish institutions in the DRC. And thirdly, Security Council should then look into the conditions that gave rise to this instability, which is the illegal exploitation and illegal trade on Congolese natural resources. Because that is what propelled this instability in the Eastern DRC. So once Security Council refocuses in this illegal exploitation, including, by the way, talking with the destination countries of this raw material, because they end up somewhere. So those destination countries have to play the role also, because then the new government have the revenue to deal with the services and create conditions for the exiles to come back, internationally displaced people to go back to their countries, go back to their territories, and then start to normalize their life. That is the role of the Security Council, not the other way around. Thank you very much. Cheers.